Star Wars Unlimited enthusiasts, welcome to another video where today we are looking at Lando Law Blue, more specifically the 4th place deck from the April 12th USPQ. Well, when I first read Lando when we got him revealed in the Lawless Time reviews, I thought he was a pretty neat leader. A little discussion with my local scenes really made him look like a great leader. The ability to pay one, tap him, choose an aspect, and discard a card from your deck. If it is the chosen aspect, create a credit token, and then on your 6th turn, you flip him over for 7, and then you kill a credit token to create 3 credit tokens. So in essence, on your 6th turn, you can basically on your 5th turn, you go Lando, name Heroism, because most of our deck is Heroism. You pitch a top card, you hit a Heroism card, then you basically credit token, and then next turn you flip, you create 3 credit tokens, allowing you to play something with a 9 cost or higher, that being Bo-Katan, that being the Liberty, that being the Mandalorian, whatever you need at that time. So that's really what this deck is powerful about, is that on turn 6, you're able to drop very hard beaters for your opponent to get over and have to deal with. So I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe he would be more of a Data Vault leader because of his front side effect. I didn't expect him to really be a blue style leader, but nonetheless, I think you can play him both. I think there's a argument for green as well, because then you can drop, not only do you have Liberty access, but you can also drop still the access to the Ray from Lawless Time that allows you to, of course, be a 9/9 that can't be taken by your enemy card abilities, can't be defeated by enemy card abilities, which means the only way to really deal with it is by hitting it with damage, from like hitting it with damage until damage markers turn its health point to 0, or eventually into punching it to death with your guys. So basically that's the only way. So I thought green was more the color it was going to go into. Again, there's an argument for green. Blue is just where it has been meta relevant. So we're going to take a look at the leader, the deck, and then jump to care best for that all important best 2 out of 3. Lando Calrissian, as we said, on his front side action, pay 1, tap him, choose an aspect, then discard a card from a deck, including yours or your opponent's. If it is a chosen aspect, create a credit token. So you can choose your opponent's deck over your deck. So if you know if your opponent is on a specific strategy, we could mill the top card of their deck and hope to hit something. Most of the time we want to be milling our deck so that we can 100% secure Lando that credit token. But you can choose your opponent's deck because it says choose a deck, yours or your opponent. So just be a little cautious on that narrative of wanting to go after your opponent, because they may not have the higher chance to hit a credit token than we are, where we can name Heroic and most of our deck will hit that credit token, where we might struggle a little bit maybe hitting for our opponent's deck. So like I said, the deck was playing a generic 30 health common base, so you could choose any of the other blue 30 health common bases right now in the format. For the rest of the deck, we have triple Anakin Skywalker. When a friendly unit attack ends, if no other units have attacked, including your opponents, this phase you may return it to its owner's hand if you do 2 damage from your base. Triple Bodhi Rock, give a friendly rebel unit Sentinel for the phase. Triple Yaddle with the Restore 1, we don't care about the Jedi, we have no other Jedi. Triple Grogu, hidden in action, heal 2 damage from a unit. If you do not damage to a unit, that's really great for the Fireball we're playing here, as well as the Lando Calrissian Sentinel, which is pretty nice to heal up. Triple Lieutenant Gorn, to on attack, take control of an enemy credit token. So if our opponent is playing credit tokens, we can use this to snipe those credit tokens for them. Example, Chewbacca from Law has kind of been meta relevant right now. He's been running around in yellow, so this is a great way to snipe those credit tokens away from him and force him to have to counteract our credit tokens, which is very possible because, again, Red is playing 𝐒𝐓𝐿 already, so either they're main decking or side decking it. So there was a strong chance that we will be finding 𝐒𝐓𝐿s running around. 1 Ezra, we're going to have to play this for the 6 cost because we do not have a splash base to splash out, so we can ignore the command aspect. Raid 1, then when played, heal 2 damage from a unit you control. If you control a red or yellow unit, you may heal 4 damage from a unit instead. So basically we will have the aspect of that yellow because we'll have a lot of it. We just don't have the red, and again we'll have to pay 6 for this. Double Kanan Jarrus with Restore 1, and then when played you may return a non-leader unit that costs 2 or less to its owner's hand. If you control a green or red unit, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 4 or less instead. So the whole kind of gimmick here is that we're just going to be returning 2 cost cards back to our opponent's hand. Ezra is really our only green card, and we're not playing aggression in this in any way, so we'll only be able to spin back 2 costs or less. But that's still very impactful. There's still a lot of really good 2 costs to spin back to our opponent's hand. Not mentioning we can spin back tokens as well. Triple Lando Calrissian with Sentinel, and then when this unit is defending, attacker gets -1. Very strong. It's kind of a tanky Sentinel, especially if you have the Grogu up. Triple Depa-Balaba, Ambush and Saboteur. Double Qui-Gon Jinn, Ambush, and when defeated, you may choose a non-leader unit. Non-leader ground unit, its owner puts on top or bottom of their deck. Most time, we want that on the bottom, but we could return to the top if we're back to Lando's front side. Then we can tap 1 to use Lando's ability to then mill the top card, because we know what the we'll be able to discard the top card of our opponent's deck, and we know what aspect it is, so we can create a free credit token from it. But most of the time, we're going to put those cards on the bottom of our deck. Triple Mandalorian with Ambush, and when this unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may choose a enemy non-leader unit. This unit captures it. So the whole gimmick here is that we're going to run it into something on the ground. We're going to kill that unit on the ground, and then we can go and grab a space unit and put it in under him. So that's kind of what you're going to do with him. Is you're going to run stuff over the ground and then grab the space units that maybe we can't deal with at the time, and then put them under the Mandalorian, keeping them safe. And then finally, Triple Bo-Katan. When played, give each enemy unit -3/-3 for the phase, and then when an enemy unit is defeated, give an experience token to a friendly unit. Just really strong, especially if she defeats them with the -3/-3. We can get a lot of credit tokens out of that. For the space units, we have Triple Fireball, Ambush, and when the regroup phase starts, deal 1 damage to this unit. This is pretty nice to combo with the Grogu. So on our second regroup phase, if it has 2 damage and we played the Grogu on turn 3, we're going to have 1 damage. We're able then to utilize Grogu to heal the 2 damage off and then pink that somewhere else on one of our opponent's guys, and then allow us to continue swinging with the Fireball as a 3/3 in the sky. The Ambusher, and most time if it's going to ambush, it will kill itself in retaliation to the ambush. Triple Blue Ace with Ambush and on-attack, rating exhausted unit. Be very cautious of that on-attack skill, specifically in how you're going to use it. So if it's the start of your turn and you take an initiative and your 4 turn and you're going to ambush a space unit, that's a great time to ambush in the Blue Ace into a space unit, because again, your opponent won't have any exhausted enemy units they get just another free attack out of. But do be cautious on that, as well as if it's the only unit up on the board state, like for instance, you're going to ambush into a space unit that's exhausted. So even though the exhausted space unit becomes active, you can still run into it as long as the Blue Ace kills it. You can just then activate the ambush skill and then kill it off. And then basically, even though it restored itself, it just dies. So just be a little cautious on when you're going to go for a Blue Ace trigger, just because of that on-attack skill. You don't want your opponent to be able to restand a ground unit and then be able to get another free swing with a ground unit. Anyways, Double Lightmaker with Raid 4. When defeated, choose an enemy arena. Exhaust each enemy unit in the arena. 1 Tantive 4 Sentinel when play, create X-Wing token. And finally, Triple Liberty. Sentinel, then when played on attack, exhaust an enemy unit. Return all upgrades on it that cost 4 or less to its owner's hand. This is typically what we want to drop on our Lando flip turn. So we want to drop Liberty, rest something on our opponent's board state, and then we can just have a 9/7 Sentinel with the ability to rest our opponent's stuff constantly in the sky. So unless our opponent has a way to deal with a 9/7 in the sky, we can just kind of sit there and be a nuisance. Finally, for events, Triple Grassroot Resistance to deal 3 damage to unit, heal 3 damage from a base, and finally Triple Hyperspace Disaster, defeat all space units. So basically, if we happen to run into any space decks like Boba, Luke, Piett, if we happen to run into them, these are great ways to deal with their board presence. Very fast, very quick, as well as deal with leaders in space, especially Luke, since Luke can't be upgrade-hated off his fighter, unlike Boba can. For the sideboard, we have Double Jam Communications. Look at your opponent's hand and discard an event from it. Double Outer Rim Constable. When played, you may defeat an upgrade. We will have to play it out for 4 for that. But again, it's really good against certain upgrades, especially JTL leaders like Boba. Double Galen Ursa. When played, name a card while this unit is in play. Each non-leader card opponent owns with that name, including those not in play, lose all abilities. So we can name credit to negate all the abilities of credit tokens. We can name anything we really want to kind of disrupt our opponent's plays. We have 1 Retaliation. I'm never really sold on this card because I don't think it's really great, but again, it's pretty nice. It's still good. I mean, it's a great way to nuke a leader in 1 shot, so you don't have to worry about it ever again. So defeat a unit that dealt damage to the base this phase. 1 more Tantive 4, and then finally Double Annihilator, which we will have to play for 13 because of not being in villainy. When played, when defeated, you may defeat an enemy unit. If you do, search its controller's deck and hand for each card with that unit's name and discard them. They shuffle their deck. So it's just a great way to just murk something off the battlefield and be able to get rid of any other named card with it. So if you know Luke Skywalker, you hunt all Luke Skywalkers, Chewbacca, all of that. It also doesn't state it has to be a non-leader unit. It just says defeat an enemy unit. So you could just play this, defeat your opponent's leader with it, and then force all their cards with that leader name to go out of their deck, if need be, if your opponent's leader is alive on your 13th resource, which again can be very valuable depending on how many credits you're getting throughout the entirety of the game. So that is our Lando Law Blue deck. Let's jump to Carabas for that all-important best 2 out of 3. Alright, here we go, folks. Our game against Tobias Red. I've already checked out Tobias Red. Still a fun deck. I don't think I ever played him exactly right. This isn't a bad hand. I think we can keep. I think we can. Let's drop the Bodhi, and I'll drop the Tantive. Oh, our opponent, of course, will be going first here overall. But again, Tobias states on his friend's action, choose a friendly unit. An opponent takes control of that unit. They do create a credit token. At 5 or more resources, flip him over. He destroys every unit that are his but does not control, and you get to draw 1 card and then gain a credit token. So the whole kind of gimmick with Tobias is that you're just kind of getting credit tokens, which, there we go. We now have Gorn. Gorn is going to screw with Tobias completely. You'll have to come and deal with Gorn. Store 1. Here's a Gorn, son. Pass. We'll put the fire. Yeah, we'll put the fireball away. Store 1. Not giving me anything yet, huh? We'll kill that off and heal the 3. He's too afraid. He can't technically give me anything. He just creates 1 credit token and the Gorn just swings and gets me the credit. Now, if he soft passes here, I will claim. I will force him to not. I will take that action against him. Because that's now his thought process, is that he can technically just get a couple of things. I'm gonna soft pass. I want to see what he does. I don't think he's gonna give me anything. The problem is he hasn't given me anything, so he's not even gonna get any credit tokens here. I have another grassroot anyways, so I'll be able to go Lando, get a credit. The problem is I don't know where his 𝐿𝐷 is. And the problem is I didn't swing with the Gorn, so he'd have to swing 2 bodies at the Gorn to knock it out. Alright, so not doing that, huh? We're going to go Heroism. And we're going to mill our deck alone. Because I do not need to figure out if this guy has what coloration is going to be on top of his deck. Swing, restore 1. We still have the 4 for grassroots if need be. We can actually just hit it on the Tobias, which is hilarious enough, and then kill it with the Gorn. Playing kind of defensively with the Tobias. So using Rio to then bring that back so that he can get a shield token on that, which is annoying. We'll go just play normal cost of grassroots. I still heal per normal. I mean, I guess we're going to have to drop the depot here, probably. Problem is like, he's not doing anything with Tobias. He did absolutely nothing with Tobias. He kind of just brought Tobias out and kind of just did nothing with him. It's kind of not what I would have wanted to do, in my personal opinion. This is going to be nasty when I deploy this. Deploy Lando. Trigger. We're going to just drop. We're just going to drop the bow. The bow deals with 2 of these bodies. And makes it the rest near just easy to murk with the rest of my guys. I think he played way too defensive with the Tobias. Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do here. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for showing that. Let's give an experience token to Yaddle. We'll give an experience token to Gorn. Thanks for that, son. Hope that was impactful for showing me. I would never show aggressive negotiations. Do not tell me you have aggressive negotiations. It may have even changed how I played my turn that turn. I mean, it could have completely changed how I did things. The problem is you showed me aggressive negotiations, so it's like nothing I could do. So sure, yeah, you can do Lost and Forgotten, but technically Lost and Forgotten doesn't matter at this point. So yeah, you played a little bit probably wrong into that end of the matchup there. Yeah, I mean, there was no way. I cleaned that board up. So yeah, once I knew aggressive going in there, yeah, we were going to drop the bow. I mean, I was going to drop the bow anyways, but thanks for letting me know you had aggressive negotiations in hand. I think we can drop the hyperspace disasters. I did not see anything in him. We are going to drop in both the jam communications. I think I'm going to drop one blue ace. I'm going to put in both Galen to name credit tokens on him. Oh, I need, why did I take out a Bo-Katan? Alright, so anyways, we are dropping the hyperspace disaster because we just don't have, I did not see any space frontier from him. I know they have space, but it didn't seem like he was playing any of it. Not enough to where the point is where it was impactful to me. We dropped one of the blue ace because again, we didn't see much space. And I'm dropping, of course, like I said, we could drop a fireball, but I think the blue ace is just a little bit not a great thing to put into this matchup because Tobias really plays heavily on the ground, not heavily in space. And we're going to put in the Galens just to deal with his credit tokens. No, we're not keeping that hand. As much as it's nice to have the Yaddle, that's not a good hand to keep. I mean, ugh. Guess we'll go the Depa and yeah, the Lightmaker because our turn 5 play we will only be able to play at a 4-drop. Alright, I guess we're not doing much this game. I really don't want to put out, I don't want to do a credit token this early because I don't want to deal with the 𝐒𝐓𝐿 coming down my head. So how about we see what's in hand? Oh, gee, there's a mastery in his hand. Blech. Oh, I guess we will just go now. Here was your deck. Just get an extra. Just start pumping credit tokens up. My gosh, what the heck is wrong with this hand? Bounce that back. Swing. Claim. Okay, I don't think I need all the liberties, if I'm being a little honest. I don't think I need all of them. We already have our 1 credit. We're going to just pay and bring him out. I technically could pay another to get another one, and then we could have technically 5 credit tokens. Hit that and heal 1. We'll go for another heroism. Pay without the credits. Your deck. Yeah, we're well dead with this one because the bias will flip here. Even with these 2 credits. I mean, yeah, technically I do have the Mandalorian, so technically I can run into this blocker and then steal this, which is very possible. I also have other ways to deal with, so I could go Kanan. Ugh. There's just nothing I can do in this game state. It's like miserable. Like I'm dead to most of everything on this board. Because this is a raid 2. This has mastery attached to it. I technically can drop the Liberty this turn and rest the Tobias and not bounce that back to him. But again, I'm just not capable of getting murdered here. I'm just going to have to use all my credit tokens, trigger the ambush, and then I'm going to have to steal that. Yeah. Okay, so we're going first. I think we're going to need to bring in our outer limb constables, and let's drop the blue ace altogether. Yeah, I think we're going to do that, and we're going to go immediately right into the game. Alright, we're going to start off. The games have been good. That's an outer rim constable. That's actually pretty good. That's Grogu with the fireball. We will keep This will be good once that stupid mastery comes slapping itself onto Tobias. We'll put a grassroots away. Fireball. Claim. We'll put the Depa away. We're gonna go for Grogu. The hilarious part is he could give us his Val, but that's a free 2 body that I can swing, and technically, I mean that's a waste of that Val too. You didn't even get the on play trigger because Val can't give Val a shield token. Val must give Val is the leader. So that seems like kind of a waste in a way. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a nuisance when Alright, so he's told me exactly what he wants. That if I send out a single credit token, he knows what I'm doing. There's ways to get rid of it, like said grassroots resistance and all that. Not mentioning Grogu, ping it. So there's ways to get rid of that. Heal 2, done, ping that for 2. Meaning that if this 𝐿 goes after Grogu, it just kills it. Because he doesn't have a way to heal. And then I'm just going to go for grassroots resistance, give the Grogu a shield token. That then heals my base. Alright, kill the Vel, or no, deal 3 damage to the Vel. Swing into the base. Why won't you give me the Vel? That's a little strange if you ask me. He hasn't decided to give me the Vel at all. And again, we won't use the Grogu ability this turn because the fireball isn't at the 2 damage threshold. It's just a little odd he doesn't want to give me the Vel. Typically you want to give me the Vel so you can get a credit token. And technically I have to wait for the 𝐿 to swing if I want to really do anything. Yeah, because I want to use this just in case he goes mastery, or for I want to keep this in hand right now because this will have to cost out for 4. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attack. I'm going to kill the Vel, and then he has to give me a shield token. Now, of course, yeah, he can put it on the fireball, with all due respect to him. I probably should have swung and killed the 𝐿 in my opinion. If I'm just being a little honest. Hey, thanks for swinging that early. It really helps. Because next turn where you got the... Because, well, I guess no, in that next turn, though, I'll have the problem of the 𝐿. Well, I guess not really. I can just go tap Grogu. Or I guess you can give me an 𝐿. I'll soft pass that. Interesting one is give me the 𝐿. He only gets 1 draw here, too. He could have had 2 draws. He could have had it. He could have had the 𝐿, or he can just... Actually, that doesn't... the 𝐿 doesn't kill my 𝐿 because the fact is that now we both have an 𝐿 on our side of the board. Oh, which actually kills my credit token, by the way, so pass. That's so annoying he had another freaking 𝐿 in hand, too. He probably sided them in, if I'm being honest. Alright, create a credit token, draw a card. I'm gonna soft pass again. I'm gonna see if he's gonna throw an upgrade onto Tobias. Because now I can't really do much with the 𝐿 out here. Because I could go Lando, create the credit token, but the 𝐿 would have to swing first. Alright, so he didn't put an upgrade onto Tobias. So there's the mastery. There's the mastery. I should have killed the 𝐒𝐓𝐃. Yeah, we're dead here. There's nothing I could do. Yep. Well, folks, that was a really good series against Tobias. I think game 3, maybe I should have taken the mulligan, tried to get a couple more things in hand. Game 3 definitely hurt because 100% he either sided those 𝐒𝐓𝐃s against me or had them in the deck and just sold them, which is what really happens here. And then, of course, game 2, we got killed off by aggressive negotiations. I'm just still waiting for a premier ban list to come out. Apparently, a ban list has already hit the Eternal format, and Django, who was running rampant in the format, now lost War Juggernaut and IG 2000. So I'm waiting for the premier ban list to come out. I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping it will actually hit aggressive negotiations. I think that will tone down a little bit of the hyper aggro decks running right now rampant in the format, and maybe that will help games go a little longer than what they are going right now with aggressive negotiations and all of that. But yeah, well, you guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the gameplay, on the Lando blue deck, and while you are commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. I will see you here next time on Mama Dragon's TCG.